Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wide Open Adventures. I know we're running a little bit late tonight, but we had internet issues. Something about the sun had knocked the internet off for our provider. Let me fix this. And there we go, a little more light. Let me bring Jesse on real quick. But yeah, we was out of internet for a little bit today, so that made things kind of hard.
Yeah, but you're here. That's all that matters.
I'm always here, one way or another. We got a lot of people in here. We got Figgy and Belinda and Miss Dion and Lisa Ann and Infinite Seven. So we got a lot of familiar faces in here. I don't expect a lot tonight because of how late it is, but I figure it will be a rewatch video, and that's okay with me. We got another live planned for this channel, which will be the 19th coming up. And it's going to be, we're going to go out into the woods and we're going to see if the pecans are ready and do a little walk in the fall woods with all the leaves falling and the foliage and everything. Oh, I do too. I love to eat them. And now that I've been to the dentist, it should be easier for me to eat them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been doing. One thing, guys, this week is I had to do some dental procedures, and just didn't want to put it out there because I do have so many death threats and everything, and didn't want anybody to know that I might be in a compromised state with my family out here and everything. But as you can see, I'm ready to go. But yeah, it's been nice. We got the 22nd coming up, I believe. Yeah, the 22nd, which will be Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Opening day of rifle season here in Oklahoma. What's up, Keith? So I will be going out rifle season, and I can't show y'all right now, because we are on a live due to the YouTube policies. I mean, we have to follow them over here, but it doesn't go for everybody. But
Yeah.
but I'm going to do a video and I'll show y'all my my weapon of choice that I'll be using this year. Kind of taking it back to do some memories. Killed my first deer, God, years ago with my cousin, and I used my 7.62 by 39 SKS. I have a beautiful SKS, guys. Yes, I do. She's a fine looking thing. And she catches my eye every time I look at her. But yeah, done some work on it over the weekend. Thanks to Josh giving me some ideas and stuff. We went with a really high end scope for the SKS. We set some really nice rings on it. And if everything works out, I ain't bragging, but I'm believing I'm going to be able to take that little 123 grain bullet hollow point is what I'm going to be firing for the deer because I want expansion on that thin skin. I'm going to try to stretch it out to about 250 yards on an 8-inch plate and see what we can do. For an SKS to be that accurate at 250 yards, that would make me really happy. Now, if we're not going to be able to do it, but if I could go sub MOA on it, I would really, really be happy. But you're not going to get sub MOA on a 7.62 round, not out of a military rifle, especially of that design. I think that we'll be able to. If I was to make a bet, I'll do 3 shots, 250 yards. I'll say I can put all 3 in an 8-inch plate, not have a miss.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really good. But yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I might show off a little bit. Maybe I might take my handgun and go for 100-yard shot on 8-inch, just to show everybody that 100 yards is not out of my league for a pistol. I'm used to be real confident at 100 yards with my handgun, but I practiced it a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we'll see what I can do. Maybe we might see if I can still do it. It's going to be fun though. It's always fun when you go out and shoot. You know, that's
Oh,
one
I
of
agree.
the fun things is just being out there shooting, getting it
Mhm.
done. Soft points work well. Yeah, Keith. I was going to go with some soft points. I got some. I think 124 grain soft. If I remember, they're. I want to say they're Silver Bear. I believe what they are. And I thought about using those, but they have these new ones out right now, and they're 123 grain. They got a little better bullet coefficient, and you have that hollow point. And I really wanted to give those a try. I actually killed my deer the first time I killed it. I was using Winchester 7.62 by 39 PowerPoint rounds, and dude, I shot that deer 75 yards, like dropping the toilet seat. I mean, there was no tracking, no looking for him. I pulled the trigger, he was down. That's the way you want it to go too, but it was super fast. It was a in and out shot. The entrance hole, you know, was. I don't know if I can show. I don't think I can show on a live the ammo. I don't know. Not going to. But the entrance hole was your average 30 caliber size. The exit was about the size of a little smaller than a baseball, but really good penetration and mushroom. I love it when your bullet does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you want to go high end on a bullet, like if you want to spend $70 for about 20 rounds or more, you can go over and you can buy some Barnes bullets, and you can spend all you want to over there. Barnes has awesome bullets. They're copper, and they're getting a lot done over there. But yeah, I'm not going to spend $70 for 20 bullets. Not yet, anyways. If those would sit on my shelf for a long, long time, I'm afraid. Sunshine says, I was trained to shoot starting at 5. I have had the opportunity to hunt in years, but I can still do it. Oh, yeah. I love hunting, going out into the woods. We're going to be doing that. Tyler, what are you talking about? I see the 270. So the thing with the 270 is that it has more of a bullet drop compared to the 30-06. Actually, backwards.
Yeah. I know that.
But we're going to get into that here in a little bit, Tyler, because we're going to stretch it out a little bit, and we're going to see, is the trade-off worth the minute gain? And does the minute gain really translate into enough to really where you would choose the 270 over the 06? Yeah, it's going to be better than the 270 is flatter than the 30-aught. Keith says it is flatter, but there is some caveats to that whenever you start talking about different bullets, because now, as you know, 30-06 is considered one of the most I don't know the word I was looking for. My mind went blank tonight. It's too late. It has bullets that range normally from 110 to 220 grains. It's very open to different bullets. The 270, you're looking at 130 probably to 150 are going to be your common normal grain weight. the 270 being 27 caliber, it's going to have a little bit better bullet coefficiency, less wind drift than your 30-06. But is it really that much? Because you get a lot of people saying at 270, it's a streak of lightning, man. But really, is it a streak of lightning when you compare it to the 30-06? I don't know. We're going to get into that, though. We're going to talk about that. I tried to get T-Carp to join us tonight, guys, but he might be asleep like normal people at this time. I'm not sure. That's right, Keith. You can load your own, and you can really push that AUX6 up in pressure. And you can also take that AUX6, and one of the advantages the AUX6 could possibly have is the AUX6 for a long time was the 1,000-yard champion round that was used in competitions at 1,000 yards. So the 30-06, what it has going for it is the 30-06 does have competition match grade bullets. Those make a whole lot of difference. But are you going to be using a competition bullet to hunt with? No. Because competition bullets aren't made to expand and do the permanent cavity and your temporary cavity. They're not meant for that. They're meant to go 1,000 yards and punch a hole in a piece of paper and to keep it as sub as you can. So, yeah, the 308's not bad. I think the 308, Keith, runs about 200 feet per second slower than the AUX6. Same round. It's 308 caliber. 30-06 is 308 caliber. You can reload both of them, same top, same bullet, same everything. 30-06 generally has about 200 feet per second faster, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite a bit when you get into energy drop and everything out when you really start stretching it out. But the 308's right there in the ballpark. I mean, the 308, if you're not going to shoot heavy rounds off at 308, I don't see the 308 or the 30-06 having much over the 308 unless you're going to start pushing 180 round, 180 grain, I should say 180 grain bullets. I don't know too many people that push 220 grain bullets anymore, Keith. Do you, Keith? Most people don't push 220s anymore. I'm actually hearing a lot of 165 grain bullets are being used, and they're getting a lot better bullet coefficiency speeds, and they're getting about the same amount of penetration and damage done on the animal that they are trying to harvest. Sorry, I'm rambling on. I know.
No, I was just trying to look because I took notes. I did homework.
There's ramens or Romans. Well, let's call it a ramen noodle.
Got food on the brain.
Yeah, there you go, Keith. Yeah, with 167 grain. Yeah. So I've owned a 30-06 and a 270. I've owned them both. I've hunted with both of them. I noticed when you're hunting with the 30-06 and the 270, both of my deer were DRT, dead right there. I didn't have to track them. But there was a significant difference in the wound channel. Up close with the 270, I shot both of them over a corn feeder, about 100 yards. Wasn't far, probably 100 yards. And the 270 done awesome. Went in, 27 caliber size. Exited. The exit was I was using 130 grain PowerPoint. The exit was probably, I would say, the size of a golf ball. Around that area.
Mm-hmm.
Not massive, but plenty big enough to do what you needed to do. Hello, Dana Ortega. The 30-06, I was using 150 grain 1 year PowerPoint, same PowerPoint bullet, Winchester. Pulled the trigger. The deer had a little more shockwave to it. You could tell that there was a harder hit. The deer went down. You had the 30 caliber entrance hole and about a baseball sized exit hole and almost removed the front leg.
Oh.
So there was a little bit of difference in the damage that was done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to attribute that to the 30-06 having a, heavier, bullet, more frontal sectional density, which causes it to hit harder. And, you're just pushing the 30-06 out there. But now Jack O'Connor, you know who Jack O'Connor is. Jack O'Connor loved the 270. Jack O'Connor took it on safari, took everything with it. He even killed a brown bear with it. But as much as Jack O'Connor loved the 270, he did later admit that the 30-06 would be the better option for larger, thicker skinned game. And I don't think he wanted to, but he was a 270 man.
And is that based on close range or long range also?
Regular range hunting, so probably 100 yards or more. Yeah. The 270, you set them side by side. All the 270 is the 30-06 shell case. Exact same shell case. And the end of it is just crimped down to accept a 27 caliber bullet. You're just putting a smaller bullet on the same case. And a little bit longer because of the less grain. So you have a little longer bullet, which gives it better flight, less drop, and all that.
Mm.
And Keith is right. Shot placement, that makes a lot of difference too. I just think your larger calibers give you a little more wiggle room. You don't have to be as precise because you get that extra wound damage, that permanent wound damage. And sometimes that can be the difference between hitting an artery or missing an artery and having to track your deer for a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about energy,
Teacher's gonna teach, huh?
there's your energy. Let me remove something real quick here if I can. They changed up StreamYard a little bit again. They're always changing it right whenever I get to where I know what I'm doing, so y'all can see. So this is 500 yards. All this is based on 500 yards. The 270, we're basing it on a 130 grain bullet. The 30-06 right here is based on the 150 grain bullet. At 500 yards, you're looking at the 270 with 921 foot-pounds. 30-06, 1,090. A little bit of a difference. I mean, yeah, that will be noticeable. You will notice the difference in that foot-pound energy. You're talking 920, 1,080 or 90, 1,090. Now the trajectory. This is where everybody talks about. We'll get to that in a second. They're talking about 500 yards and they're saying the 270, flatter with less drop. And then you go over here and the 30-06 is slightly more drop than the 270. Slightly. So you're getting more energy, more foot-pounds on target. And then the typical muzzle energy between them is you see the 270 is 2,500, 2,800. 30-06 can be up to 3,000 foot-pounds at the muzzle on a 150 grain bullet. And remember, the 30-06 can shoot a lot heavier bullets than the 270. So you can actually push that foot-pound of energy a lot higher off that 30-06. Just throwing that out there. Now the recoil right here, they say the 270 has 18 foot-pounds, 30-06, 21. Okay. That again is with 100 and 30 and 150 grain bullet. Is 18 to 21 foot-pounds very much difference? I don't think you're going to notice it. I don't even think that you'll notice it. You put a deer in front of you or something you're hunting, 18 to 21 foot-pounds, I don't think you're going to notice the difference. I really don't.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a whole lot.
It's really not. What do you think, Keith? Do you think there's going to be that much noticeable difference in that kind of foot-pound for recoil? I don't think anybody's going to notice it with the animal in front of them and pulling the trigger on it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he said no too. I don't think they will either. Is there anything you want to add with foot-pounds or anything with your notes that you took?
No, I was looking at some stuff, some information too, based on the 500 yards, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know what MOA is, but it's in my notes. What is
Mm-hmm.
MOA supposed to be?
Minute of angle.
Minute what? You
Minute
broke up.
of minute of angle.
Oh, yeah, because it says that the 270 has a 9.58 MOA elevation correction
Mm-hmm.
based on 10 miles per hour of wind speed, whereas the 30-06 has a 12.1.
Right.
So, yeah.
3 inches at 500 yards.
Okay, I'm putting my notes away.
So does 3 inches matter at 500 yards if you're shooting at something that has a kill zone? And I'm not saying it is or it ain't. I'm just throwing it out there for everybody. Does it matter? 3 inches at 500 yards? I personally, but now I've shot a lot. I can do three MOA without even doping my scope.
Hmm.
You know your rifle. You're going to be able to know at 500 yards you got 3 inch. But a lot of people, competition shooters, that may be important to them because they're going to want to dope their scope because they want to get in there as tight as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I'm just trying to hit a kill zone.
Yeah.
I try to I look at the kill zone the way I was trained when I went through my training. An 8-inch plate. If you can hit an 8-inch plate, you can hit the kill zone pretty much on any game animal you're going to hunt. Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have another rifle. We ain't going to talk about it very much, but I do have another rifle. It's called the 300 Winchester Magnum. And I've got it really decked out. It'll go beyond 1,000 yards. Simple. And hit like a freight train when it gets there.
Mm.
But it's a whole different beast. So going over to let's take a look at the drop. Everybody says the 270 is a lot flatter than the 30-06. So you look at the muzzle velocity of the 270, 130 grain, you're getting, let's say, about 27,000. You get to the 30-06, you're running what? Is that the 150 grain? About 2,900 feet per second. But if you go down there, you look at 100 yards, 30-06 and the 270, you're not going to notice that. You go out to 200 yards. Look at there. Right on. You go out to 300 yards. Not even an inch drop. And you got to remember, most people are not going to be able to shoot beyond 300 yards. 300 yards is a long shot. Then you got
Mhm.
400 yards, you got an 18.6 20 inch, and then you go all the way out to 500 yards. The 270 is dropping 37.8 inches, and the 30-06 is dropping 42,
Yeah.
5 inches.
Yeah.
So is the 270 a lot flatter? In my opinion, no. Because the 30-06 is almost achieving what the 270 is doing with a lot heavier bullet, a lot bigger bullet. Come on, you took some notes. Hop in
So,
there.
so, well, it sounds to me like the 30-06 is the way to go. I'm just saying.
Romans. But I like either one. They're both going to do whatever you want to do with it. I personally hand me the grandfather, hand me grandpa's 30-06. And, kind of like the song Country Boy Can Survive.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the 30-06. I may or may not own 4 or 5,
Mm.
but that's a really good gun. Got a hair
Well,
in my mouth.
and your ammunition choices are so much more larger than with a
and
270.
and not only that, a 30-06 being a military rifle, you can buy its ammo in bulk a lot cheaper too if you want to buy
Mhm.
bulk ammo for target practice.
Which is very important.
If you don't shoot your gun, you won't know your gun. If you don't know
Mm-hmm.
your gun, you won't hit your targets.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thing. I say go with the 30-06. What do you think, Keith? What is it? Keith got quiet on us. Keith is probably sitting there going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The chat's pretty quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. When I called and I talked to my dad earlier this afternoon, he uses a 308. So
I agree with Keith. Just buy all 3 of them. What kind of pea shooter do you have, Belinda? What do you have? I've never fired a 25-06, Keith, but I knew a lady that had one, and I always wanted to shoot it, but I never got to. But I hear a 25-06 is a pretty good round. They was actually comparing it the other day to the 6.5 Creedmoor, and there was some argument, Keith, and I don't know much about those 2 rounds, but there was some argument that the 25-06 may be better than the 6.5. What do you think? So what'd your daddy say?
he uses a 308.
308?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do use a 308
Mm-hmm.
because, if you're, it's going to do everything you're going to need to do if you're hunting normal size game.
Yeah, he said he wanted to get in a couple other ones, but somebody told him he couldn't.
Well, women will do that, and women will also try to sell your guns.
She wouldn't do that.
Well, I know some that would before they would get off of their ass and help out or stop running around on you. But, it is what it is. I've replaced all those. What's the recoil like on that 25-06, Keith? What would you compare the recoil to? Belinda, you got to get some squirrel brains and gravy. What are you thinking?
Well, I know. I think the gun laws in New Zealand are I mean, there's not a lot of countries the UK, you can't have.
Belinda, do you not have a Second Amendment? Feeling a little cheeky tonight. Infinite 7, 224 Ruger. Yeah,
That's what.
Infinite 7. I've watched that before, and that is an awesome little round. It's pretty cool. But here we go again,
That's
Infinite
what my
7.
daughter has.
If I was going to hunt, though, I would go with the 223. Keith, correct me if I'm wrong. The reason I would go with the 223 is not because the 223 I believe is better. It's because I believe the 223 can do a lot, and you got a lot longer barrel life on a 223. When you start getting into those smaller, really hot, fast burning bullets, your barrel life is going to drop a lot on your gun.
Belinda doesn't have squirrels. How is that possible?
Well, she ought to be safe then.
Ah,
She's a nut.
ah.
They got strict. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? The
That,
laws?
yeah. That's what would happen here, too.
hmm
Keith agrees with me. See, Keith, Keith knows what it's all about. I tell you another gun I like. I will always like this gun is the 17 HMR.
hmm
I love that little gun. Here we go. Patrick, good man right there. Got it. Uh, here's a question for the chat, for the men and the women out there. So, if you was going to be going to the woods a lot like I do, hunting, fishing, camping, trapping, killing squirrels, rabbits, and in the woods in general, if you had a gun that you kept in your truck all the time, what would it be? What would be your gun to just throw it in the truck and have it? You know, what would you carry?
I guess I would probably go with a 22.
22?
hmm hmm
Keith says he carries shotgun. Blended carry a water gun.
I guess the question is what she would be putting in that water gun.
Yeah. I think, a lot of times when I used to call it my fishing gun, where you just throw it in the boat or throw it in your truck.
hmm
And Keith, I did almost exactly what you said. I carried a shotgun. My shotgun, though, was a shorter tactical version, didn't have the full length barrel on it. I carried different kinds of rounds on the gun. I had my bird shot for smaller snakes and stuff like that, double lock buck, and then I carried slugs with it in case I needed to really reach out there. Not real far, but further.
There was a girl that I was watching the other day. She does kayaking and fishing, and she actually carries. It was really cool. It's a full down um, rifle shotgun.
Oh yeah, collapsible stock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want one of those. Yeah, it fits
yeah,
right in her backpack and everything, so she can just throw it in her backpack, and then when she gets onto her kayak, she can pull it out, and yeah,
right.
really handy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
12 gauge is a very versatile gun too, because you can go from the slug to the shot shells and all that. So if you guys were going to carry a rifle in your truck, just a throw in your truck rifle, what would it be? So let's say we would carry, since everybody said shotgun, let's say we're carrying a shotgun in our truck. What would be your rifle? What would you carry as your rifle? Just your everyday, hey, it's in my truck rifle. I'm probably going to surprise everybody with what I want to say. Infinite 7 says 308. Keith says 3030. Keith, that's what I would carry too. 3030. That would be my. Of course, it's going to have a beat up stock on it. It's not going to have a scope on it. It's going to be open sights. It's just going to be my truck gun. It'd be my 3030 and then an old shotgun. Hey Keith, have you used the new Levolution rounds for the 3030? Have you had a chance to use those? And do you see much of a difference in those and then between the regular rounds, or are they worth the money? I guess I should say. What do you think, Jesse? Are the Levolutions worth it?
Sure. Why not?
Allergies are acting up tonight. Belinda says a Magnum. Well, yeah. I even thought about maybe as a throw in the truck gun, honestly. Maybe even a lever action 17 HMR wouldn't be too bad. They're making those now. But I would not have a scope on my gun that I throw in my truck. I would not have a scope on it because it's going to get banged around in chug holes and mudding, and you're probably going to pull your gun up and shoot about 7 foot high. Yes, I've used them. They help a little at longer range. Okay. I've wondered about those, Keith. I've seen a lot of people talk about them, and I've wondered if they really make a whole lot of difference. I wasn't for sure. Another gun that I got on my bucket list. Now, I have the lever action stainless steel one. I have a 4570. That's my elephant gun. And now,
because we got a lot of elephants here in the States.
yeah, and that really is a gun they kill elephants with. And I have another gun I'm looking at picking up. I just don't know. I got a friend that's got a 45 110, and he's offered it to me at a really good price. Lisa Ann says a 22. What do you think about the 45 110, Keith? Picking on Keith in the chat tonight. And they're both like big stopping guns. I mean, a little dragon. I take him with me about wherever I go because he's just so reliable, and he'll eat about anything you feed him just as fast as you can feed it to him. He loves it. And his little illuminated reticle on it, so nice. And then I'm not going to tell everybody what my other gun is, but let's just say it's close to looking like that, except for it may or may not have a IR scope on it for nighttime. And it's got a flash suppressor on it. So I can be really quiet, really stealthy, if I need to go coyote hunting or something. That's what I would use it for, is coyotes. And Keith says it's pretty nice. I really like all guns. To me, guns, I don't even like to call them guns. They're weapons, but they're actually a tool. It's just like you go to work on a car. It's like when you go hunting. I mean, you go after a squirrel, you go to your gun cabinet and you grab the tool that is proficient for the job. Every tool has its own job. And that's all a weapon is. It's a tool. You just decide what tool you need for the task at hand. And that's how I've always looked at it. I was raised that way. We may have to do a Patreon sometime, and I'll show y'all some of my guns. It'll be pre-recorded. That way we're not in trouble. Well, no, I think a Patreon we can do a live, can't we? We
Mhm.
could do a live Patreon and talk about the guns.
Yep.
We're gonna have to figure out how to do that, and I could show y'all some of my older guns. I got some really nice guns. I have a shotgun that back when I was 18 years old, I was offered $3,500 for it. So I don't know what it's worth now, but it's in like perfect condition. Somebody tried to steal it from me, but I was smarter than her. Um, but it's a Winchester pump. It's got the hammer on it. It is what the old cowboy shotgun. It is all original. It has no aftermarket parts on it.
Oh wow.
And it runs as smooth as the day it came out. Smooth as butter.
Mhm.
And yeah, I have that. And then I have my grandpa's, my mom's dad. I have his 32 pistol that he left to me. It was the one I told you my granny used to keep on the couch for the Bigfoot. I was blessed enough to be left that with all the memories that gun had. That gun from my mom being, children to us, kids growing up. It was a sense of security. Shut up, Werewolf. And it let us know that we were safe. It laid on the headboard of Grandpa's bed, and I have the holster and everything. Now it's a 32 ACP. It is pretty unique because it was made in Berlin, Germany, and it has the Z stamp on it.
Mhm.
It is authentic. It is a collector's item, and I have the original 2 magazines that would have came with it. Now, what I
Oh.
done, since I have the originals, I replaced them with newer ones just to keep the wear and tear off of the original magazines. I do shoot it sometimes just to take it out and remember Grandpa. It's not a gun that I take out and shoot a lot because it's got a lot of memories. It
Mhm.
will go to the kids someday, Hunter or Kaylee. I don't know which one. She just walked through here and threw water on me while I was sitting here, so it's going to be a big fight after the show. I'm going to have to take her out in the yard and give her a whooping. She said she's going like this at the door. Yeah. I have that. I have a 16 gauge double barrel, got the old krill handles on it. I still have the box of shells that was with it. They were the black powder paper wrapped shells. I still have those. I have a Mosin Nagant. I have a 270 308. I got a few 30-06s. I got a 6.5 long range rifle, very long range rifle. 300 Winchester Magnum, 7mm Magnum. Few handguns, just odds and ends, just
Yeah,
toys.
I think everybody would like to see those.
I'll show some. Not going to show all for reasons because
Mhm.
not everybody needs to know everything you have. Um,
Yeah.
I did get a lot of them stolen when I lived at one of my last houses, so I am missing a bunch of them that got stolen. Never found them, so I don't know where they're at. They're just gone, I guess. We never found them. Whoever took them, took them.
Buried in a backyard somewhere.
Yeah, serial number filed off.
Mhm. Thrown off a bridge.
Yeah, thrown off a bridge, put in concrete. But yeah, we're going to do some hunting coming up. The 22nd is deer season, rifle season.
The 20 what? You cut out.
22nd. So I might try to go out the 22nd and see if I can get us a deer. And we'll do some squirrel hunting after that. I don't bother deer hunters with squirrel hunting during deer season. You piss them off. You
Hmm.
go out there walking around shooting a 22, and they're sitting out there trying to fill nowadays, $100 tag and license if you have to buy it. I don't have to buy mine because I'm Cherokee. I have the right to hunt and fish, but a lot of people have to, especially Texans. We make sure they buy their hunting licenses. But yeah, I don't have to, and thank God for that. Hey, Nanny Pam, how are you doing today? Sunshine. It's a sunshiny day. Is that the same sunshine that was in here earlier, Jess? Or is that different sunshine?
Different sunshine. She's been in here before.
I thought so. I wasn't for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna do some. How would y'all like to see some squirrel and dumplings cooked up?
I love dumplings.
You like the squirrel too. That's what makes the dumplings. It's a good old squirrel. Some squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Nanny Pam, thank God you're feeling better, Nanny. I'm glad you are. We'll be glad when you get back up on top of your game also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the original Sunshine. Been sub to you for years. Awesome, Sunshine. I knew I'd seen you. I knew I did.
See? Chicken and dumplings. That's where it's at.
It's kind of hard to hunt some wild chicken, though. Unless you go to Hawaii, maybe. I know they do it in Hawaii.
I'm sure you could hunt chickens. It's just not going to be much fun.
I'm not much of a chicken hunter. End up making Cleghorn mad at me. He'll end up coming out of the hen house. He'll be fired up. Crazy. Guys, that's about all I got for y'all. I just wanted to talk a little about the 270 30-06. Now, the 19th will be a live. It's going to be a live. It's going to be like a Boots on the Ground, but on this channel. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to start calling these instead of Boots on the Ground. Oh, and by the way, Abe, stop copying my warrior name. I had it first. That's copyrighted, buddy. Copyrighted. He's been calling himself warrior now. Mm-hmm. But it makes me feel good when they do that, because I know that if they're doing what I'm doing, they're trying to be like Mike. Yep. And they just want to be like Mike.
Yep.
But no, that's about all I had. I don't know what we would call those. We're gonna have to come up with a name for those, though. What would we call the lives on those? Oh, I got one. Grass on the feet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Feet in the dirt?
Sure.
No, I don't like
that. I was gonna say toes in the sand, but that's more like if you're out on the beach. That's that country song.
Oh yeah, Sunshine. Yeah, they think that I'm in my backyard. Let me tell you, if I owned my backyard and everything that they say I do, Sunshine, you really think I'd be on here doing videos? No, I'd be so rich. I would go down there and make like camp spots for everybody to come to and just stay. What I should start doing is like get all my people in my chat to start calling themselves Warrior, like Warrior Belinda, Warrior Sunshine, Warrior Nanny Pam. Mm-hmm. You know how mad they would get if we did that.
So that's what you should do. Have everybody give their idea of what they think they should call it. So Nanny Pam says toes in the grass. Belinda says heels on the rough. Stomp in the dirt.
I kind of like some of it. What do y'all think? Give me some ideas. I'm looking. I'm reading.
Toes in the Dirt sounds like a great movie title.
Stomp in the Dirt's pretty good too, though.
I was going to say, I kind of like Stomp in the Dirt.
Would it even matter if it was in your backyard with all the evidence you get?
Right.
No, that's right. I mean, Keith, when you got it, you got it. I know what you're saying, dude. I hear you. They're gonna be so mad at me tonight.
Mm.
There'll be some memes coming out. I already know. Thank you, Pam. I'm not so sure that it's worth it, but I was down for a while. But we're getting back up, back in the saddle. Mike, I have, let's see. So, anybody else? Anybody else?
Boots
Come on, peoples. To every day that said hello to me, I'm sorry I was dreaming about guns. I have that problem too, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
I dream about them a lot. Blackberry dumplings. I've heard of those. I have never tried them, but I heard they are delicious. My grandpa used to eat them.
I like Keith's idea.
Oh, yeah, Keith, that's a good one. Boots. How about boots on the pumpkin? That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Toes in the saddle, Sunshine says. Nanny Pam says, hello, Patrick.
Mm.
We could call it scouting. A scouting expedition tomorrow.
There you go.
As we go through the bottomlands of the old lake in search of the almighty white-tailed deer.
Yeah.
I have the buck fever.
Walking the beat. Pants and boots.
I would hope that I would be dressed if I went.
That's supposed to be like a spin-off of Puss in Boots.
How about a tour? How about tour?
Scout and expedition. I like that.
Scouting expedition?
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just call it a scout and then add whatever we're going to be doing. We're going down to the bottoms tomorrow to scout around for some pecans, or scouting for pecans, or, scouting for the great gar. The Loch Ness gar.
We're trying to come up with a name, Romans, for instead of boots on the ground, something to call it for the lives for Wide Open.
Yeah. Chicken Cleghorn on the ground. What do you think of that?
The talons in the dirt.
Spurs in the neck. We're going to go out for a little flogging tonight, guys.
Belinda says scouting outing.
The scouting outing.
Yeah.
Belinda. Is the air thin up there?
Oh, he says the same thing to me, Belinda.
I think y'all are both kind of from the north, aren't you?
No?
No?
Well, then she's from the opposite north.
I can see that. Walking the beat, Lisa Ann says.
Feet on the face.
Feet on the face. Boot in the ass. Man.
Sunshine, oh my, it's getting worse.
She said, oh my Lord. Chicken ripping. Barking spiders.
Belinda says she's in the deep south.
Yeah, she would be. Down in that cheeky part of the south. Boots on the rump. Boots on the Ape.
I think next time you should have Keith come on and do a show with you, and you guys could talk guns.
Maybe we could get like Keith to come on and T Carp, and then you could do a little more studying up. That could be fun.
I can just sit back and watch.
Nanny Pam says, "Walking the trails."
See, that makes me think more of, nah, that's
kind of like what Jesse does.
yeah.
I had to.
Hey,
cob on corn. Go.
Oh, I was thinking more of the daytime, walking the trails. Stop it! Hey, I'm slow tonight. I'm tired.
God's country. Exploring God's country.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we're going to go. Ooh, how about Into the Wild?
Isn't that a movie?
That sounds like Uncle Ted. Into the Wild. I like Uncle Ted. Everybody likes Uncle Ted Nugent. Spirit of the Wild. That's what he is. That's the Spirit of the Wild. Into the Abyss.
Into the thick of it.
Woo, yeah. Oh, we can. Oh, yeah. Or we could do it. Yeah, buddy, tonight.
If you hear something coming up behind you, it'll be called Feet on the Run.
Or hand on the gun.
Spirit of the Boots.
Shoe leather on the ground.
I think you have some good ideas.
Warrior in the Woods. That would probably cause a huge tidal wave. What the hell?
Roman says she doesn't want to sprain her brain.
You can't be boots on ground. I was boots on ground. I was real combat. Let's see.
Steel toes, don't fail me now.
We are going to go boots on the ground Monday, guys, for abnormal investigations. For everybody that doesn't know, I believe I got it set for Monday. Is that right?
17th? Yeah.
The thumbnail is out if y'all want to go say hello in there and hit notify me. Because a lot of y'all say, I didn't know you was going boots on the ground, Mike. Well, now you know.
There you go. Warrior walk.
Ooh, warrior walk. We're doing a warrior walk tonight.
I'm giving that to Pam. She said walk of the warrior, but yeah, Nanny Pam. I like that. Warrior walk. You're thinking.
I'm thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm thinking. Because all y'all in here and all of them in my abnormal, they are definitely my warriors for sure. So
see, everybody likes that. See, Lisa Ann likes that. Sunshine likes that. Yeah.
All right, we will try warrior walk. Let me write this down.
Yeah, I like that.
We will call them warrior walks. And you know Hunter's going to love that when he gets home, right? They're like, Dad, we're going on a warrior walk. I never will forget the time me and him was fishing down there at the lake. I'm talking to him, and I'm like, hey, buddy, you want me to put a worm on there for you? Or are you going to use, this kind of bait? What do you want to use? And, and he's not talking to me. And we'd had donuts that day. I bought him a whole bunch of donuts, and we got biscuits and gravy at the donut shop. And, of course, me and him got a coffee, and he got him a big old white milk, too. And we was eating. And I turn around, and he's doing this. I didn't even know. He's like, and we're fishing here today, guys. I was like, are you filming, dude? He's like, no, we're live. I said, we're live? He's like, yeah, Dad, we've been live since first place. I said, how many people you got in there? 70. That little dude wasn't on there very long at all, and it already had 70 people in there talking to him and watching his live.
Natural.
He had it down. He'll be a natural when he comes back, too. I got a big surprise for him. A surprise he's not going to believe at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to blow his little mind. There's a lot of things I would say probably going to blow his little mind when he finds out a lot of things. But
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be an angry child because, I was talking to Kaylee the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and Kaylee kind of went through the same thing. And when she found out the truth, look where she lives now. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because they grow up and they become little adults and they know the truth. And when they see the truth, that's why they tell you whenever you go to helping children cope with divorce seminars, do not talk bad about the other parent. Do not lie to the children, because when they grow up, they will hold that against you and they will find the truth. And when they find the truth, that could cost you your relationship with your child. I had to go through that helping children cope with divorce seminar when I got my divorce. And that was one of the things they told us was, it'll work for a while and you'll get everything you want, but in the end, you'll lose it all, because they grow up and they see the truth and they will hold that against you.
Yep. It's not worth it.
It ain't. It's not worth it at all. Not at all. And
I've been seeing more and more and more people coming forward to the same situation.
right.
And it's sad.
I mean, I'm living it. I am actually living it. My daughter Kaylee, she packed her bag on her own. We didn't even know she was doing it. And when she came home to visit, she said, I'm not going back. And we went to court. We went to court before the judge because they wanted her to come home. And the judge said, no, she's old enough. If that's where she wants to be, then that's where she'll be. And she's been here ever since.
Something to be said about that.
Yep. The Bible tells us about that too. We reap what we plant, what we sow.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fun at first when you're out there disking the garden and planting the garden and everybody's helping. Everybody's helping. But a rotten seed only bears rotten fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you're the one reaping it and you're the one eating it. Because the truth is out there all over the internet now. There's so many people came forward. So many people have said things. The truth cannot be hidden no more. It's out there. And it's with proof. It's not just allegations and say so. And I have books upon books right here. Everything in order. And yeah, that's what you do. I was told to do that by the judge, actually, when I got divorced with Kaylee. He said, get a notebook, keep track of everything. And he told me, he said, put everything in there, the proof of what you're saying and everything. And
yep.
That's what I do. Because the truth shall set you free.
Yep.
That's what our Father says anyways. And our Father is not their Father. Because, like I said before, if you don't know where you're going when you die, I can tell you where you're going. You're going to hell if you don't know. Because I know where I'm going.
I know where I'm going.
If you don't know, I pray that you find out. And that's for anybody. I do mean that sincerely. You need to pray and you need to get a personal relationship with God. Because whenever you get that personal relationship, you don't wonder no more. You know. God has already told you. And this stuff about, reincarnation and all that. That is lies. That is mixing other religions with the Word of God. God came and He told us we are to die once and then to be judged. That's it. And a lot of people like to add their own stuff to it to make it fit what they want it to say or what they want it to do. Oh, Sunshine, I agree. And I'll tell you right now, you know, when I became saved, when the Lord saved me and He made me His son, I know things. I don't wonder. I know exactly where I will go when I die. I'm going to be in the presence of my Father. You know, I hear people say, well, maybe you wasn't good enough. Maybe you didn't do this good enough. I heard Josh say that. Maybe you wasn't good enough. Maybe I wasn't good enough. You know what? Ain't none of us good enough, Josh. None of us. Since when they killed Jesus on the cross. Because we're the ones that killed Him. We are sinful creatures by nature. We are born into sin. But through the love of God sending His only Son to die for us, that is our only way. And He tells you, He is the only way to the Father. There is no other way. Josh said on a show the other night, did Jesus have to die on the cross and shed blood for us to be able to be saved and redeemed? Yes, He did. He sure did. Because when He went into the garden, you know what He was praying about, Josh? You might want to go research that. Because if He would have decided in the garden that He didn't want to go through with that for us, there wouldn't none of us be going to heaven. And again, if you don't know, then you're not saved. Because when you have that personal relationship with your Father, you truly have the blood of a king running through your veins.
Amen.
And you know where you're going. He is the King of kings, God of gods. And you don't question it. You just know because He gives you that peace. He is not... Look, guys, when you go to His page, He throws all this stuff out there at you, right? I feel like I need to say this. And He's throwing all this information at you, mixed with lies, mixed with lies, mixed with lies, mixed with lies. Don't listen to that. You know why? Our God is not a God of confusion. He is a God of sound mind. He didn't write the Bible to make it confusing. When He sits up there and says, I'm teaching you things you didn't know, and I lack of knowledge, and God says that my people die for lack of knowledge, and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, in that Bible, John 3:16, you accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you are saved. You'll never be good enough. You'll never be smart enough. Never, no matter what you do. The only way to God is through the Son. Don't worry about the other stuff He's lying to you about. He is trying to confuse you, control you, manipulate you, and coerce you to believe the way He does, to follow Him, and then to take you behind the paywall where He can protect you from the truth. Because darkness wants to stay in darkness. It doesn't want to be in the light. Because in the light, all truth is revealed. And the truth is, the Lord Jesus Christ is your only way to heaven. He is your only Savior, and He is the true Son of God. And that's just the way it is. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this one tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to run over on the thumbnail that's already out for the 19th and say hello and hit notify me. We're going to go out and have a fun day in the woods. Maybe able to get Mom to go. I'm not sure. As you all know, they have attacked my mother here recently that has done anything. And now Abe has attacked my dad that has passed away over 10 years now. And I did stand up for my dad. I will stand up for my dad. And they attacked my dad that's deceased. But they yell and yell and yell, you know, leave our family alone, leave our family alone. while they tear our loved ones down and make
So,
fun of my granny and so forth. You know,
yep, your
it's not
grandma,
right.
your grandfather, your dad, your mom,
Right,
Kaylee, your sister.
Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody in your family they haven't attacked yet at this point.
Yeah, yeah, Sunshine. They attacked my mom.
Hmm.
Sad. But you know what? I'm going to beat them with success, guys, because I got a whole army of warriors right here and on my other channel. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I wish you all a very good night. God bless you. God bless your families. Go hug your loved ones. Spend as much time with them as you can, and just be blessed until we see you next time. As always, guys, I appreciate you. And Jesse, you got anything you want to say before we hop off this one tonight?
Nope. I'm ready for bed. Good night, everyone. God bless. Take care. See you next time.
Hasta la vista. I'll be back. Bye, guys.
Bye.